shark bait that has
In
such
Alaska,
teeth.
kangaroos are not allowed in barber shops at any time. Now, what if you have a support kangaroo?
Yeah, and then what?
I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm sure if people have support chickens or whatever the hell they have, they got to have kangaroos down there. They're bountiful, right?
Okay,
Oh boy,
this isn't working at all. Well,
give it a sec. Don't set yourself on fire
I'm
again.
pretty close. Oh no, there we go. We're having a conclave, people. It's conclave season.
They can't see it,
But this,
it's not on the camera.
there. Can you see a little smoke? Let me try some more. Hold on with me. Don't fucking.
Oh no.
Yeah, this isn't working at all. We had good intent.
We did have good intentions.
Wait a second. There's some black smoke.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, can you see it?
You can kind of see it against the sign behind us, like barely. There it goes.
There's some black smoke. You see any of that, people?
Yeah.
One last try.
Oh,
Last try.
You're trying to get the emergency room.
I am.
I wish they could see the fire that you're trying to light. That would be hilarious. But
And if they would have been on before when I was trying to light the gorilla tape and the thing stuck. Well, anyway, that's as long as we're going to go with the conclave. That was supposed to be dark smoke coming up because here at Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk, we have not elected a pope yet.
Right.
And the pope of Dive Bar Talk, it's only between us two, and we're the only two that vote. And we just keep voting for each other. And I don't know where it's going to come, but that's and there's still some smoke coming here.
Smoke coming.
Yeah, can you see that at all,
bit.
people? Okay,
A little bit.
Okay. Well, there's our conclave. Sorry, I really had good intent.
Yes.
I did. But as we were just talking, someone asked about editing and eliminating segments. Yeah. No, you're seeing us fuck up. You're seeing me. Actually, he didn't fuck up. You're seeing, although he didn't give me much fucking help. You're seeing me fuck up on my conclave, and I guess that's why I'm not going to be the Pope. Anyway, we're at Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. They're the only Category 5 podcast in the universe. You just try to find another one, and we are not being downgraded. We've been this for, 3-4 months now?
Yeah, at least.
And with hurricane season, the only way I can see is us going up.
Yeah.
Not down.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't see it.
Stronger than a hurricane. That's what.
Yeah, that's right. Or stronger than dirt. You know that? I'm not going to get into that.
Boy.
Okay. Our website.
Yeah.
www. And there's the living Legend Zelda pissed off.
Yes, she's not happy.
And once again.
Yeah.
That is not being edited.
Cut out.
No. www.pghdivebartalk.com. Our question is your 3 favorite drinks.
Yes.
And you can go on, and of course, Tiny, you only did 3 this time. I'll say that for you.
Sure.
Now, you wrote a paragraph about one of them for some unknown reason. I don't know. And the other thing I want to mention, there's a bunch of stuff on the website, but the question, your 3 favorite drinks to order at a bar. And then the other thing, I've actually done this all week. I've gone and listened to the feel-good song of the day.
Oh, look at you.
And I think more people should need that. It's like a little 3-minute respite of a good song. And I'm going to keep doing that until one of your songs comes up again, because your songs are fucking trash.
Mine are good.
Fucking trash. Matter of fact, a viewer wrote in about your group's just yell and scream and hit on pots and pans. It's about the way I see it too. Okay.
That should make you feel good.
Doesn't make me feel good at all. Okay, New Scientist magazine.
There it is.
I got 3 headlines from this week. Creepy caterpillar wears dead insect parts as a disguise.
Like Buffalo Bill used to put skin on from our movie. Wasn't that last week's movie?
Yeah, that's
Buffalo
right.
Bill put all that skin on him.
Well, it's what a creepy caterpillar does. Not a regular caterpillar, only a creepy caterpillar.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Ancient icebergs left marks at the bottom of the North Sea.
I just read a thing today that someone found the biggest pyramid in the world in Antarctica.
Get the fuck out. Who's going to build a pyramid? What did they build it out of?
I'm just telling you what I read, man.
Where do you read?
Actually, it was on a podcast, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, that's bullshit. There's no fucking pyramids in Antarctica. Arctic or Antarctica? Antarctica.
Yes.
Antarctica. Okay. Well, that is further south.
Right.
Don't know where the fuck I was going with that.
Listen, that just goes right into the largest no-fly zone in the world.
Okay, can you fucking stop? This was the worst preparation we've ever had right before, because I'm blaming you, and I know you have extenuating circumstances going on that we're not going to talk about, but you make it no fucking better at all. Okay, one last headline from New Scientist magazine. Bats that walk backwards use their tails to navigate. Who knew?
It makes sense.
Did you know a bat had a tail?
I guess I didn't know.
No? Okay, we have a live studio audience. You're not going to be here much longer, but she was a science teacher. You didn't know a bat had a tail? I me either, but
there you go.
I only knew ones that walked forwards. So the ones they didn't have tails, but the ones that walk backwards, I guess they could do that.
Like Dracula.
Exactly. Okay, I've been trying to bring them up less and less, and it's just going to be a short one. But Meagan and Hukamuck.
There it is.
Okay, this is going to be a short one. I swear to God, this is true shit, I'm telling you. Meagan said her and Hukamuck had code words for each other, calling each other. Okay. He called Meagan M, and she called him H. Boy, that's tough to figure out that fucking code, huh? M and H. No wonder England lose every fucking war. Was that their code?
Right. That'll never be wasn't there a serial killer on the West Coast that did the graphic things for them to fill out the words? What the hell? You know what I'm talking about?
I have no fucking
shit.
clue.
Can't think of who it was. There was a name for it.
But anyway, M and H.
M&H.
Yeah, the foreign countries would have had to bring in experts to fucking figure out that code.
That sounds like something Tori's friends a lemonade stand. You know, T and C's lemonade. You know, like they're 11.
Okay, I got one last thing. Yesterday, and I'm not going to go into why, it wasn't for me. I was in the emergency room of a hospital.
Yeah,
and right behind me was a father and his 10-year-old son. And the 10-year-old son, I didn't get a good look at him, but at first, but he's right behind me, so he's backing into my damn seat. But
no.
He says pretty loud, "I'm in pain." His father said, "Shut up."
Yeah,
because I want your opinion at the end here.
Okay, Zodiac Killer. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Zodiac Killer. Knew I'd think of it.
Thanks for interrupting this story with some bullshit he had from last story.
Right.
That really didn't fucking go to that much anyway. Then the little kid said, "Everything is tingly and feels different." And his father said, "Other people don't want to hear you." I'm not making any of this up.
I don't see a problem yet.
The kid lays down and says, "I think I'm going to die." He said, "Get off the floor."
Yeah.
Now, I was more a hard-ass parent than the other way, but I think there could have been maybe a gray area we could have got into here. I'm guessing the father knew the kid was a fucking drama queen.
Sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But still, I thought the father was a little harsh, but I thought the kid was being a little bit of a wuss. What's your take on that?
That sounds more like any parenting I got than what I probably would expect to hear today, honestly.
Yeah, I was surprised.
That's along the line of those, stop crying before I give you something to cry about, right? That's what that sounds like to me. That's how negative I just talked about this yesterday at Tori's practice about growing up with negative reinforcement and watching coaches break clipboards over people's heads.
Right. And that's what I grew up with. Yeah. And there's some merit to that.
Absolutely.
But I didn't dare turn around. I know his father yelling at me. But then finally it was the little kid's turn, because a lot more went on than what I just gave you, but it was all the same shit. And the kid, the father looked like a rough, tough guy, and the kid looked like a little puss. So
Tough love.
I looked at the paper. I don't think the kid died, so I guess the father was right.
There you go.
Okay. That's the end of the intro for Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. Oh, by the way, so I don't forget, that's Tiny. I'm the Prince of Pittsburgh. And we'll be back with Dear Tiny.
Dear Abby, my feet are too long. My hair's falling out.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. You've probably heard this before, but we are 55 years of marriage without divorce. And the next time you watch us, actually, by the time you're watching this, probably we're 57 years without divorce, which is pretty amazing. And that's why we started this. I throw in a little bit, but this is mostly Tiny's thing. And you, the viewer, you write in questions, whether it be relationship or whatever. It doesn't really matter because he's well-versed. Last week, I thought he was diverse, but he's not fucking diverse at all. But okay, we got 4. Count them, 4 letters this week.
Right.
And the first one, this is from That As. Said, Dear Tiny, I'm making a trip to the Smoky Mountains for hiking and stopping halfway off on Route 19 in West Virginia for some sightseeing.
Yeah.
Both the Grandview River Gorge. Are you familiar with that?
I am familiar.
Because I thought the New River Gorge was the main one.
Well, and
there's the Grandview too?
Yeah,
okay.
And then there's the Gully River, which I've done whitewater rafting on.
Gully?
Yeah, Gully River. Golly.
Both the Grandview River Gorge and the Southern Exposure Gentlemen's Club are equally convenient. Please recommend only one and provide an agenda. I think I know where you're going here.
This is a fairly easy one for me. I'm sorry to say. Now, I've never gone to the sightseeing place. I have, like I said, I have been whitewater rafting in West Virginia, but never hiking and whatever else he's doing.
But you've been to Southern Exposure.
I have been to Southern Exposure on more than one occasion. And this is the easiest one. It's Southern Exposure. Yeah. And I don't know. Listen, my information's a little dated because I haven't been there in over 10 years.
I don't think a whole lot changed.
No, I can't imagine. It was still one of the best setups of any place. The longest stage I've ever been to. It was probably as long as this room for the stage and just chairs all the way around it. And they did this thing, and boy, brilliant marketing. They bring out all the girls and everybody that's sitting in a chair around the stage. They do 30-second intervals. Dance, dance, dance. Next, they go to the next guy, and they rotate the whole way around the stage. You get to see every girl that works in the place for 30 seconds or so. It's brilliant. And then from there, all you see is dudes going up getting dance. They just everybody just peels off. And look, I know West Virginia gets, especially in PA, they like to make fun of West Virginia for their looks and stuff.
Right.
No, they're legit there.
Are they?
And listen, I've been to some shady nudie bars in West Virginia. Southern Exposure brings in real chicks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
That's the easy answer for sure.
Okay, Dad, as you got that. My only thought was you'll see big, gigantic holes no matter which one you go to. Now, question 2. Bear with me here. Bear with me here. If I can get through this, okay, this is from Confused and Curious.
Uh-oh.
And Tiny saw most of these letters, but you forgot them, right? So,
yes.
He has that shit going on, so we'll excuse him this week. How about that? I'm not going to say anything bad. Not right now. Dear Tiny, let me start. Oh, I fucked up already. Let me start by saying that at 52, I thought I'd figured out most things. Oh, okay. I figured most things out. Mortgages, back pain, how to grill a steak just right, etc. But lately, there's one area I'm floundering like a fish out of water. The bedroom.
No.
So they're asking the right guy.
That's right.
My partner, who I lovingly refer to as the Duchess of Desire, let's see, I can't read that, has been suggesting we spice things up. And by suggesting, I mean she wanted a catalog of items that require batteries and a level of flexibility I haven't had since the Clinton administration. It's a long time.
That's a while ago.
Yeah.
First time I voted.
Really?
Got extra credit.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm no prude, but some of the things she's suggesting involves involves safe words, latex, and a harness I'm 78% sure is designed for rock climbing. Tiny, is it possible to be adventurous without needing a map, a compass, and a chiropractor on standby? I want to please her, but ideally without dislocating a hip or traumatizing the cat. That is quite a letter from
That is quite a
Confused
letter.
and Curious.
Yes.
I have no answer, by the way. So you're the guy. You're the man.
I have an answer for this one for sure. I actually think what you need to do here, you need to double down. And not only just comply, you need to take it to like a whole new level. I'm talking like dungeon room that doesn't even like, you don't even see what, you know, they were talking about harnesses and stuff. I'm talking like full on tie and rope, you know, restraining things. I'm talking
both
like
ways or
no. If she wants to do that, she's getting hog tied. Fuck that. Yeah. She wants all this stuff.
No. But that was the guy that was Confused and Curious was a dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm advising is
Okay.
he needs, if she wants to go that way, you double down and you go even harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
talking like Pulp Fiction Gimp kind of
Okay.
stuff.
No, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
You know, like Gimp's asleep, wake him up. Kind of, you know, like, yeah, you need to double down and, you know, the whole dungeon room that there's, you know, the safe words or, you know, you go, there's I can't think of the word in the porn thing. There's a word for it where they're just all and okay, careful what you wish for. You want latex and binding while you're getting it.
Okay. There you go. Confused and Curious. Now you're not so confused.
And you
but
still keep the chiropractor on call.
And I'd keep the cat out of there because the cat will be traumatized. Okay. That was the big one right there. Okay, question number 3. This is from Lightning.
Ooh.
Dear Tiny, I seem to be having an issue with a business partner. He put that in quotes. Nothing I do ever seem. Actually, he says nothing I do never seems. That's a double negative, Lightning. Fucking at least write your question correctly. It should be nothing I do ever seems to be quite right. And that's when the shit starts to roll out of his mouth. What would you do to remedy getting trash talked on a show that is half yours? And I have a retort when you're done here.
Well, I mean, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because there's most times I can't give an answer that isn't going to get shit back. So maybe I'm not the right person, but if it were work related stuff and we did this for a living, I think it would start. I'd go the passive aggressive. I'm more of a passive aggressive doing shit like to mess with people. Like I used to work one summer I worked at a fence company and I worked on the wood side of the fence and there were other guys that worked on the metal fence stuff, right? Well, they used to have these tightener things to get the chain or the metal chain to tighten. And one day he took our nail gun. We couldn't find it. We looked for it for like an hour. The guy took our nail gun. So we took all his tighteners and he couldn't work for like a whole afternoon, you know, like, but we hid them and he was pissed when we finally found them because he knew it was us.
So did the fence company go out of business?
Okay. We used to shoot nails at him though. It was pretty fun.
Well, here's my answer to this because this was a thinly veiled letter,
sure.
and I know who this is from.
I do too.
And I'm not going to say, but okay, I've known Tiny 20 years. This motherfucker known you about a year, right?
Yeah,
he gave you shit this week. Shit this week about the fucking Eagles.
text.
Yeah. Why is it okay for you and not okay for me? 20 years versus 1 year, bitch. No. Go sell some sandwiches, God damn it. Okay. Last one. I don't think you've seen this one before. This is from Brookline Brett.
Oh.
Yeah. Dear Tiny, every night it's the same thing. My wife is not home after midnight, and she's going from bar to bar. I really wish you'd stop searching for me. Any suggestions, Tiny?
I actually do have a suggestion.
Do ya?
In Brookline, the best punchkis I've ever had, the Party Cake store in Brookline, hands down the best. Shout out to Paul. He used to bring them to work for Fat Tuesday every year. Hands down, even better than Orem's in Beaver Falls.
Really?
So go to Party, and that's not a plug. I just really like their stuff.
And I got to say, I had never been to Brookline until I bought T-shirts there for years from a independent contractor from her own house, and Brookline's kind of a nice little place.
Like it's
in the middle of nowhere. You're going up a hill and you're thinking, where the fuck am I? And then all of a sudden there's nice stores and bars and restaurants. Brookline doesn't get the credit it deserves.
I agree with you.
So there you go. Not only did we give you advice on shit, then we added some stuff in there, right?
Always.
Okay. On this next category, I didn't ask you for anything this week because I think this could be long for me. So if I go short, maybe we can get something from Tiny too. But this next one, I'll try to keep it short. Welcome back, Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. You can tell, Tiny, you're not drinking today because you've had enough shit in your life, and I am drinking because I really haven't drank since the last time I was here.
Wow.
So I have some catching up to do.
I finished off some good one after you left. I finished off. I was here by myself. Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Good for you. Good for you. You finished off what?
There was the MGDs.
Okay, all right.
In the fridge.
Okay, I have a story. It dates back to I think it was 1986. Could have been 85. We're going to talk about things we're good at later. One of the things I used to be good at was heckling. Okay. I don't have much going for me, people. That's why I do a fucking podcast. Bo Jackson, who one of the best athletes of all time.
Easily.
He signed to play baseball, and they started him off with the Memphis Chicks. It was double-A team, and I was living in Charlotte at the time. And I was a huge Charlotte O's fan. And we saw Bo Jackson signed. And we decided, okay, for a few days, we're going to usually we just sat in the grandstand because actually Crockett Park in Charlotte had burned down. So they just put up this temporary thing. And every seat, you were right on the damn field. But we decided we wanted seats between the opposing team dugout and the batter's box.
Nice.
So not the batter's box, the on deck circle.
Yeah.
So on their way, we could make fun of Bo Jackson. So the series was Thursday through Sunday, and I got the good seats Thursday and Friday. I must have had something to do Saturday. I don't think I went. And then Sunday, I just had regular seats.
Okay.
But I'm with my buddies, and the place is packed for Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
And every time he walked by, we gave him all kind of shit. And he was pretty damn professional. He didn't listen to a word we said, okay? But it was still fun.
Sure.
But that first night, there was also a guy named Van Snider on his team. Van Snider. And on the first time he was up, he hit a ground ball, and he didn't really run it out very hard. So this wasn't even me. This was my buddy Vern.
Uh-oh.
And Vern, as Snyder's walking to the on-deck circle, after we've already made fun of Jackson twice at this point, he said, hey, Snider, couldn't you run that out a little bit harder? Snider, he's like 5 feet from us. Turns around and says, what are you guys, in some kind of beer softball league or something? And that pissed me off. That pissed me off really bad. I said, that's exactly what the fuck I'm in. And I run out every damn grounder, bitch. And so we get into it a little bit there.
Jesus.
And we just give him shit the whole game.
Nice.
And then the next day, we were mostly there for Bo Jackson, but once again, Van Snider, we were giving him all kind of shit. So now, like I said, I don't think I went on Saturday. I think some of my buddies did, but I didn't. Then Sunday, it's me and a couple of them, and we're sitting up a little bit higher. And the Sunday crowd at a minor league game's a little different. And poor Bo Jackson had one of the worst weekends he's ever had. I think 0 for 4, 0 for 4. It maybe had a 1 in there one time, but he just had a horrible weekend. So the Sunday crowd is a little more forgiving. So I was about to get all over Bo from high up which wasn't that high, but still, somebody else started yelling at him, and the crowd was booing the person. So when you're doing things, you have to read the room. Yeah, you know,
right.
So I read it quick. I said, "Oh my God, I can't yell at him." Because these people are gonna throw me out.
Right.
But so they were for Bo. but they didn't have anything going for Van Snider. So I'm just getting all over Van Snider, and the crowd's getting into it.
Oh.
Here's the deal. The crowd was cheering for Bo, but they felt a little guilty because they're from Charlotte, and it's for the Charlotte.
The other team.
So they felt guilty cheering for Bo.
Sure.
So they wanted an enemy.
Yeah.
So I gave them to them. It was Van Snider.
Nice.
Most of those people hadn't been to a game and had no idea who this guy was. But since I started yelling at him and my buddy started yelling at him, then they started yelling at him too.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
And then it became a big kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he comes up toward the end of the game, and by the time the nice people had left, and it's just the drunks there on Sunday night.
Everybody else had to contribute to society the next day.
Exactly. And I had a job then. I think I had a job then, but yeah, I wasn't contributing much to society. So going in hungover wasn't going to bother me a bit.
Right.
So Van Snider comes up, and now the crowd's jacked up. Memphis is beating us, I believe, and we have this crazy pitcher on the mound. And I think I yelled out, "Hey, hit him in the head!"
Oh, Jesus!
The crowd starts yelling, "Hit him in the head! Hit him in the head!" And we have this wild ass pitcher on the mound. He throws it right in his head. Yeah, the bench is kind of empty, and things were restored, but
Good Lord.
hit him in the head, and it was the end of a really, really good weekend. Now I have an epilogue.
Oh, big word.
About 5-6 years later, moved back to Pittsburgh, and I'm working at CCAC Community College, and this guy comes into my office who's a baseball player, a good one, but his brother was real good, ended up making it to the majors. Ooh. And we were just talking a little bit, and he said, "Yeah, my brother played with Bo Jackson." I said, "For Memphis?" He said, "Yeah." So I go on to tell him the same exact story I just told all of you.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was really not believing the whole thing. Like, it sounded kind of bullshit. He was polite, but he didn't say
right.
anything. Next day he comes in my office. He is fired up. He said, "I called my brother. My brother repeated the same exact story."
No way.
About hit him in the head to Van Snider. And he was all fired up. His brother remembered that thing 6 years later. So I felt that validated me, and I felt pretty good about myself.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's my Bo Jackson story. What's yours? And that took too long, so I'm not going to ask Tiny to talk until later on. How about that? We'll be back with Transylvanian Brain Freeze.
Transylvania Brain Freeze.
As you just heard, this is Transylvanian Brain Freeze. I don't say it as good as Jeff.
I like his.
Yeah, me too. Three, these should be facts of the week. 3 things that happen in the world. First 2 are from the UK. Then we go to little Austria. So this is all Europe today. All Europe. 26-year-old James Brown. That's not, it's not that James Brown. From the UK, he wanted to be a fireman. Don't one of it, most of us, when we grow up.
Honorable profession?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think most of us, when we're young, we want to be a fireman. But it didn't work out for him for whatever reason. But he kept his obsession. And he would obsessively call firemen.
Oh, no.
And when that didn't fulfill him, he decided, you know where this is going, because a lot of people do this. He started 2 fires in one night just so he could see the firemen in action. He did it to his own house.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
2 fires in one night to his own house. Someone's got to tell James, you set other stuff on fire.
Right.
Start a brush fire or something.
Yeah, something.
Not your own fucking house.
Come on, man.
An abandoned thing, James was given a suspended sentence. I guess they figured it's bad that he did it, but he probably caused enough shit to himself.
I'm sure. They probably tied him to all the other ones, too. And man.
So I guess James Brown didn't feel good. Okay. And this one's from the UK also. So, Ewan Valentine.
Right.
He drove a 9-year-old Honda Civic that he really liked.
Wow.
And it was stolen from his driveway. He reported it to the police, and as typical with stolen vehicles, he didn't have any luck.
No.
So, but he really liked the car. So he decided, well, I'm going to buy another Honda Civic. So he went to the car dealership and he bought it, and he takes it home, and he opens up the trunk when he gets home, and
Oh no.
there's a familiar smell of stale beer.
Oh no.
And then he goes into the GPS, and his address is in there. It was the same fucking car. He bought the car that was stolen from him.
That's awesome. Wow.
Valentine said it was pretty clear at that point it was my car. I never considered that it could be mine.
How would you not know it's your car?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's got to be something you'd be like, boy, there's some familiar, this is deja vu shit or something, right? Like,
unless it was like those people at my seminar a few times ago that
the wrong color.
They were going to the wrong car, wrong color, wrong make.
Yeah.
And they thought that was their car.
Right. Man, I don't know.
By the way, no seminars for a while.
Uh-oh, what happened?
There's two this month, but they're about not falling and getting replacements and shit like that. They're real old people stuff. And even though I'm old enough no, fuck that.
Okay.
I'm not going to that. So you will get no seminar reports until June. Sorry about that. I'll try to find other shit going on in my life. Maybe I'll go hang out in hospital emergency rooms and have fathers yelling at their kids.
I'm sure there's stories to be had in the waiting room.
I would think so. All right. This is from Austria. Nico Bogianzitis.
Right.
I think I'm pretty close there. Nico Bogianzitis decided to start a microbrewery. Yeah, that's a nice profession too.
Sure.
He also owns a company named Oklo, which sells and rents environmentally friendly mobile composting lavatories.
Okay.
I don't know if you know where this is going. He decided to combine the two. Yeah, exactly. Okay, you know where it's going. He is making a lager using urine harvested from the porta potties.
Oh no, that's not where I was going at all.
He claims his treatment turns the wastewater into odorless and tasteless H2O, and orders from, he calls it Ocno Pilsner, are already coming in. Is there any way you would buy an Ocno Pilsner?
There is no way I would.
Me either.
I don't get it.
I am not a craft beer microbrewery guy anyway, but Ocno Pilsner just boy.
No.
I don't want to know,
No.
I eat hot dogs, but I don't go to the plant.
Right.
I don't want to know how they're making that shit.
Yeah, I know they stun the pigs before they cut them open and bleed out, but I don't want to actually have to go through it to see. But no, I'm not interested in that.
Okay, so you wouldn't agree with Nico Bogianzitis.
I'm out on his idea.
All right, so fuck that. Ocno Pilsner, huh? Okay. Okay, fun and games a little bit over because next up is the movie game.
Here we go.
Welcome back, Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. What you're seeing now is the movie and music game scorecard because we've started something new in the last few episodes, of which we have 12 people competing.
Right.
To see if Tiny is as good as he thinks he is. And in the movie game, you are.
Yeah.
As you can see right now, Tiny and Yimmy are tied for the lead with perfect scores. But boy, you guys got a lot of people snipping at your ass here.
Yeah.
Columbo and 3-Pack and Flies Bro and Rubenesque Ruby.
That's right.
Are all right there.
Yep.
And actually, Teddy Roosevelt and Paul G are there too. Although I am pretty sure some of these people are going to go downhill. And do you have the movie and the music thing up at the same time?
I usually.
Okay. Then we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's where a production meeting would have helped there, wouldn't it? Okay.
I don't want to talk about the music game.
No. Well, we're going to. We're going to. Okay. For those of you that are participating or just watching as an interested viewer, in the movie game, I give you 2 lines, 2 characters, and 2 actors. And then you try to guess what movie it is. And you get 5 points for the movie, 1 point for the year. And like I said, you and Yimmy
Mm-hmm.
Or 12 for 12 so far.
Right.
And I think you'll get this on the first line. And a lot of you will get it on the first line. Wow. And if you don't, you're in trouble.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, but we're going to go through the whole thing. So those of you participating, you can wait till the end here. First line. Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute in my pussy.
I think I got it.
Okay. The second line. I would like to make an announcement. There is a gorgeous woman masturbating on my bed. Okay. The two characters, Jim Levinstein and Steve Stifler. Okay. And the two actors, actually, I probably should have moved it around, but I didn't. Jason Biggs and Sean William Scott. Mm-hmm. So from those two lines, two actors and two characters, if you're participating, you need the time, pause. But what movie are we talking about here?
American Pie.
Oh, boy. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no.
You got a buzzer, too.
I do, but this is more for a miss. When you think?
Yeah, probably.
So I'll keep it close.
Okay.
Okay. And what year? What year do you have?
Boy, this is a good challenge here for me because I'm terrible at
Tiny is perfect so far in 3. He's 17 for 17 right now. And then you got to come within 1 year.
My first guess, 1998.
1999. Oh! Wow. Oh, wow. So without showing you the damn scorecard, Tiny 18 for 18. Amazing. And this is not supposed to be his expertise.
No, not at all.
Okay. A couple things about the movie. So it's American Pie, 1999. Mm-hmm. You like the movie, I assume?
Oh, very good.
It was funny as hell. Sean William Scott was paid only $8,000 for his role.
Wow.
It was his first feature film, and I guess they lowballed him, and I guess you got to take it.
I mean,
yeah.
And that's how I got sucked into this podcast. I got lowballed thinking this would catapult me. I'm still here.
Yeah, boy, you're not kidding. And I feel the same damn way. Jason Biggs was freaking out before a scene. And he called his manager. He says, am I about to ruin my career before it even starts? And his manager says, Jason, you go and fuck that pie with all your gut, man. So it wasn't only a funny movie, it was funny behind the scenes too.
Right.
So that's it for the movie game. And Tiny, once again, a perfect score. Welcome back to the music game. What he's supposed to be an expert in, and he sucks so far, as you can see right there. Wow, you're in dead last.
I believe that.
Dead last, and I'm going to give a couple of the viewers credit. I kind of had to talk them into it because a couple said, I really suck at this. I said, won't you play anyway? And then they said, okay, which is pretty nice. Now, you think you're good, and they're all beating you. They're all beating you right now. I mean, even
I'm just trying to give everybody a chance. That's all.
Big Dog and Flow Boy are ahead of you with 2.
Well, listen, I take acceptance with the Eagles. I know I got a lot of shit from that this week from everybody.
And you deserved it.
No, that's not true. Everybody's just wrong.
So anyways, you see 3-Pack and Colombo have the lead right now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in the music game, those of you that are new, lyrics, and then Tiny and everybody else out there playing gives me the title. That's worth 3 points. The group or artist, that's worth 2 points. And the year it was released, that's worth 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think I'll only give this once. I might sing this one right away, too. How about that, huh?
Okay. I don't have a choice, so what's the matter?
No, you really don't. Well, I'll half sing it because I'll sing part of it. I went down to the Chelsea drugstore to get your prescription filled. I was standing in line with Mr. Jimmy. A man, did he look pretty ill. We decided that we would have a soda. My favorite flavor, cherry red. I sung my song to Mr. Jimmy. Yeah, and he said one word to me, and that was dead. And I said to him,
What the fuck is with these songs?
you don't know
doing?
this?
I don't think I do.
Oh, my God. I didn't sing that very well, but still, that's a lot of lyrics. That's a lot of lyrics.
Is it I want to say it's George Thorogood.
I knew keeping this close by. So that's wrong.
That's not all right.
So obviously you don't have the title either.
No.
Okay. You have a chance. Yeah, you can guess the year for your first point of the year.
It's
Flow Boy and Big Dog will still be ahead of you.
Jesus Christ. 78.
69.
Ah,
69.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Expert, keep those albums in the damn basement because you can't talk music. That is, you can't always get what you want by the Rolling Stones. Oh, what are you going to say? The Rolling Stones weren't good either?
I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just not into them.
I can't give you Metallica every week.
I don't want that. No, it's not just that I don't listen to the Stones either. I listen to one song from the Stones.
You never listen to it. You can't always get what you want. It's a pretty popular song, you know.
I said this. I said, who are we talking to? I said that the DVE ruined two bands for me. It was Zeppelin and somebody else. And it was, and I would say that about the Stones. They play them so much.
That's because they're good.
But there's so much music. You play something different out of their catalog.
If it'll make you feel any better, I tried this out on my wife last night.
Yeah.
She had no fucking clue.
There.
I spent over $1,000 taking her to Stones concerts. $1,000, damn it. And that's just for her. That the tickets were like $350 a piece.
Oh, I believe.
Yeah.
Did you
I
go when they were at PNC? When they played?
PNC, Acrisure.
Yeah.
I've been to all of them. I saw them at halftime of the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I'm not even counting that. That was okay. So anyway, you can't always get what you want. Rolling Stones, 1969. Thanks for playing. No matter how bad you are, you'll be ahead of Tiny. Welcome back to Would You Rather. Now, we always talk about how funny we are off camera. We were pretty good right there. Now, a couple segments ago, we were talking a lot about death. That wouldn't have been a good one. It's a good thing we don't have the camera on sometimes, too, because sometimes we're not fucking funny at all.
Right.
Okay, so this is Lindsay Lohan against Lindsey Vonn. You got to like both those photos that Tiny found there. You got to like them both. And before I get into the official score, I will read some comments. And remember, the comments come from you, not us, especially one of the comments. Don't blame us too. We're just reading what the viewer sends us. That's all. Okay. Lindsey Vonn can't get past the ankle bracelet on Lohan, he said. And then the next guy said, Vonn, because I don't consider an ankle monitor a good sex toy. We'll get to that later. Vonn, because she's an animal. 5 to 8 years ago, I would have gone with Lohan. It was a quality battle, but he went with Vonn. Okay, I thought that was pretty good. Vonn, the body would work you to death in the sack. You'd die with a big smile.
Nice.
Vonn, nothing like a snow bunny.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know Lindsey Vonn, she's a world-class skier. And Vonn, because she's more athletic. Now, these are for Lohan. Maybe a train wreck, but she gets my vote. Lohan, because she seems like a freak. Lohan, I'm a sucker for sexy, trashy women. Want to take that ankle monitor off with my teeth. And now, for those of you that have kids or anything within earshot, you might want
put them in the bed.
You might or turn it down for these next little bit. You're going to know who.
I haven't heard this yet. I'm excited.
You have not, but you know who it's from. This little poem he gave us. Titter, titter, little star. Lohan can blow me in the bar. I'll look at you and you will look at me. With my dick in my hands as you fall to your knees, just nibble on my dick like a rat does cheese.
You know where that's from?
No.
Remember back in the 80s, Two Live Crew with Miami University?
Yeah.
The nibble on me like a rat on cheese.
Oh,
that's from Two Live Crew.
Damn it, I was giving him credit.
That's a good, though.
Yes, it was.
That's funny.
But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Here's a comment to adore.
Ooh.
He went with Lohan.
Mm-hmm.
Parting with Lindsay is like stepping into a real-life episode of The Twilight Zone. She is my dream wiener pleaser. Alcoholic, substance abuser, and as an added bonus, throw in the ADHD.
Wow.
Makes your ultimate cocktail. I would probably wake up with a feather boa wrapped around my sore member and a new tattoo, but it would be well worth it. That is a comment to adore. And we got one more for you.
Hey-o.
Guess who this is from?
There it is.
Yeah, Mr. Harrelson. He said, I have to say it's a tie.
What?
He never did this before. Lohan has a really nice set of juicy melons, but seeing that ankle monitor she's wearing, I'm not sure. I want to leave my DNA-laced yogurt specimen on her. I don't want to be an accomplice in a Lohan lunatic moment. And Vonn's chest looks like two little acorns under a pile of leaves, but her legs are exquisite.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet I could make her legs stick together. And I'm not sure I want to be with someone who dated a guy who was that much better at golf than me. So that's why Mr. Harrelson, he couldn't decide.
Boy, that's a tough
called
one.
it a tie.
Okay.
But, okay, I'm going to get my pen.
Mm-hmm.
And, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my fucking... Oh, there it is.
Look out.
For one of the few times, it's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Our votes count.
Wow.
Our votes count. It was that close. It was that close. Now, depending on how you go, my vote may not count. But for right now, I'm thinking my vote counts.
Okay.
Okay. So it is close as hell. What do you got?
This all signs initially for me pointed towards Lindsay Lohan. You know, the angle. And again, I told you right before we started recording, I used that picture because that ankle bracelet actually made her hotter for me. And the whole what everyone said about her being, you know, dirty, nasty, white trash, whatever, that's all for it. Here's my hang up. Have you heard her talk in recent years?
I have not.
She has that vocal fry thing going where everything's that dry vocal fry drives me crazy. Mm-hmm. I actually listen for it when we're on. If like when I'm editing, like I can't stand vocal fry. It drives me nuts. And it's like popular to have it, and she has it. And because of that, I'm taking Vonn because and honestly, I mean, it's not like there's a wrong answer, but the athletic, you know, that athletic thing for me, I haven't picked one that's athletic like that in quite a while. So I'm going Vonn.
Okay, you're going Vonn. I love Vonn. It was a close contest. Yeah. And if you hadn't got a picture of her with the monitor, the ankle monitor and heels, I'd have probably gone Vonn. But the ankle monitor and heels, some people didn't like that. That did it for me all the way. I couldn't get past that. So I was never a huge Lohan fan, but I am now after seeing those heels and the ankle monitor. But that doesn't do it. So you put Vonn over the top. Vonn wins 29-25.
Wow.
So she moves on in the contest that we'll probably never have.
Yeah.
But I'm still thinking about it. I'm still keeping all those notes to keep her. And Lohan will go into some of the other damn category.
I'll say this real quick too. Based on what everyone's saying, going back to Curious and Confused from Dear Tiny, I think in that dungeon I talked about putting in your basement, it sounds like you need to get some ankle monitors. Everybody's into that. So maybe that's another thing to add to the repertoire.
Like I said, I guess because maybe for me, a criminal has already made a lot of bad choices. Right. What's one more? So there we go. We go with it. Vonn moves on, and we'll be back with a Samurai Chatter. Dive Bar Talk. Sometimes when you're doing a show, you forget shit. Argy Bargy's supposed to be before Would You Rather. I guess that ankle bracelet got me so fired up, I forgot all about what I was pissed about.
Lost your bearings.
But don't worry, I am pissed about something, and it has to do with something very near and dear to me, and it's going to happen real soon. On my way when I leave here, my wife drives, but I got to pee on the way home, and there's a nice rest stop on 79 that's there for me to pee, and it's perfect. It's not quite halfway, but I pee there, and then I usually make it home. Well, about a month and a half ago or a month ago, they said, hey, we're closing down for a while. Driving up and driving back, but we drive up during regular business hours. Not only is it closed, there's never been a truck, a person, anything. What the fuck are they doing? If that rest stop was important back then for people to rest and people to pee, why now no one has to rest or pee all of a sudden?
Right.
I mean, I don't understand it. And can't they just put a porta potty there and leave the area for the trucks to sleep and me to take a fucking pee? No, they stop it all. And it just seems like there was the place was immaculate. There's a guy that works there all the time, and it was a nice place. And now I can't stop and pee. Truckers can't rest. Fuck you, PennDOT. That's my Argy Bargy.
Well, I believe in UFOs. That's what gets me every time.
Okay, now it's time for Samurai Chatter. I told you it was coming. I just missed it by a little bit. Or no, actually, you'll put it in the proper order, or will you keep it in the same order?
We'll probably leave it in the same order.
Okay, yeah, you better. It looks really stupid that I'm saying now we're coming up with Samurai Chatter. Yeah, keep it in the same order. Yeah. I actually did forget a segment and then went back. So you're seeing it in real time. Real time. How about that? Okay, in Samurai Chatter, I have 4 questions that Tiny gave me shit for one of the questions. I get these off the fucking internet. I don't come up with these ones. And we'll get to it. He said, yeah, he did send, but he thought nothing about it. So our answers will be just as bad as they always are.
That's right.
Okay, first question. And you guys can play along too. You play along too, all right? What motivates you to go to work every day?
Yeah, this always sparks the conversation because I always say the end justifies the means, and it's just, you work to be able to do this stuff because I will never be mistaken for a live to work person.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Nor will I.
But this always does spark our mutual friend Greg. We always talk about how he is against people that say, do what you love. He says, because that what it does, then it turns something you like into a job. And okay, I don't subscribe to that, but he does. And
does Greg still watch us?
I think he listens. He's an Apple guy.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah,
hi, Greg.
And I think that's the only reason I think I stay in the business because I hate it so much. But it's like I don't want to take that step into doing something I like because then I'll hate it too.
Okay, I am retired. But when I did work, what motivated me, number one, to feed my family. I kind of thought that was the most important thing. But I did work at a college for 30 years, and to go see those co-eds every day, hundreds and hundreds of them, that made it a little bit easier. Seeing 18 and 19-year-old chicks. And at community college, most of them had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder because nobody wants to be at community college. So they usually compensated by dressing like sluts.
Nice.
And I was all for that. Yes. So I tried to bring as many sluts into my office as I could. Nice. And when I couldn't bring them in, I went out in the hallway and just watched them. So that was my motivation. Okay, next question. Listen, I hope you have something better than me.
Probably not.
What is the next big step you need to take?
Well, I'll segue right from retire. That's my big step. I want to fucking retire. I'm tired of working. I have a couple of friends. They actually have their work days counted down, and they're the one's under 600 already. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I got like 12 years, 14 years. Like, that's my next big one. Okay. I want to retire early. Our buddy Cuff can retire sooner than later because of his line of work, and I'm super, super jealous of that. So
yeah. My next big step, anytime there's a mud puddle, I try to step over it as opposed to took my grandson out last week.
Nice.
He went right to the mud puddle,
Nice.
right to it, right.
Nice.
Took him no time.
Nice.
And then for those of you that watched last week, I want to go in this silo and do this little silo sage sayings, and I got to get over back to the silo to see how I can get in there, and more important, how I can get out. That will be a big step. So that's not a great answer, but that's all I fucking got. Damn it! I didn't make up these questions. Maybe I should start, huh? Okay. Next question: what makes you angry?
Boy, this is a recency bias. I'm going. Water makes me angry. Water, because I told you before we started, my sump pump died yesterday.
Oh,
and dude, this is the 6th house we've lived in, 5th house maybe. I've had water problems in every fucking house I've ever lived in, of different kinds. Like even in Pittsburgh, when we had city water, but it was an older house and the lines were real small, so we had terrible water. We had okay pressure because it was Westview. We had terrible volume because the lines were all small. And up here, like just, having a sump pump and well and septic, like I've dealt with water problems my entire fucking life, and I'm tired of it.
So when the sump pump breaks, you have no water?
Oh no, we have plenty of water everywhere. There's nowhere for it to go. And so all those records you talk about downstairs have the chance to get damaged if I don't get it fixed in a certain period.
You don't know what's on there anyway, based on your score in the music game, a big fat 0. Yeah. Okay. What makes me angry? Just about everything. Just about everything. Most of you guys that watch, obviously, you know this. I really thought at the beginning, Argy Bargy would be a 10-episode thing, and then it would go away. This is what, number 103?
Yeah.
And we're going to name this too, so don't worry about
right.
that. We'll have to have a production meeting at the end. We will have a name. Last week was the
crazy unicorn
dildo lady. I don't know that we're gonna be able to come up with anything that good, but we'll try. I thought it was gonna be a 10-episode thing. We're on episode 103, and I do Argy Bargy every fucking week. And just as an example, last week I was pissed at Penn Power.
Yep.
This week I was pissed at Penn Dot.
Right.
Next week, who knows? Yeah. Penn State.
The Pirates will be in there again soon.
Yeah, but I'm going with a Penn thing. You see here.
Yeah.
Penn Power.
Yeah.
Penn Dot,
then
either Penn State, Penn Pals, or Pencils.
They are.
Yeah, or Penn A. Penn A might piss me off. I don't know. But something will, don't worry. I'll have an Argy Bargy. Actually, I have about 4 or 5 lined up. So I don't think I'm going to run out anytime soon. Yeah. So a lot of shit makes me angry.
Yeah.
And this was the hardest question. And this is the one that Tiny questioned me about. And I understand it. Yeah. Once again, you guys can play at home. Let's see what your answer is here. What is in your circle of competence?
Yeah, man, that's a big word for you. Look, I'd like to say podcasting is in my circle of competence.
Yeah, when's that going to show? When's popularity going to come for us too?
Podcasting, record collecting, plumbing might be one of my.
Well, it better be soon, right?
Yeah.
Aren't you going to go fix that
as soon as we're done?
Okay. See, this is why I piss outside.
Yeah, there you go. Music, yeah.
Okay.
I got
well, not music.
Yeah.
No, maybe record collecting, but obviously music. You're no fucking expert. So anyway, my circle of competence, it might be the smallest circle in the fucking world. I really couldn't come up with anything. I am just not good at anything. And the one people I want to give shit to is when I was younger, people told me I was an underachiever and could accomplish a lot. I can't. I'm not an underachiever. I'm an overachiever based on what I can do and my talents. I don't have any. I'm not going to put podcasting in there. I thought it'd be way better at this than I am. And I try. I give it my best effort. So and that's how most of my things are. I give good effort, but I'm just not very fucking good at anything. So those of you that said I could accomplish anything and I was an underachiever, you're fucking wrong. No, you're fucking wrong. I can't do shit. Okay. You had some shit from people, right? I shouldn't say put it that way. You had some things some people had to say, right? Or you want to say anything?
Well, we got a couple just people checking in. The big thing I wanted to pass along. we seem to we have surpassed another milestone, 300,000 views on YouTube.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, we just got a notification of that this week. So thank you to everybody who's continuing to watch us on YouTube.
What the hell's the matter with you people?
It's 300,000. Thank
I'll
you.
bet you 300,000 don't make it to Samurai Chatter.
Probably not.
There's probably 4 people watching right now. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
That's enough.
Okay. Well, then I'll go with our quote. Our quote. It's Rodney Dangerfield time this week. He said, I told my wife the truth. I told her I was seeing a psychiatrist. Then she told me she'd tell me the truth. She was seeing a psychiatrist, 2 plumbers, and a bartender. Yeah, you had to like that anyway. If you don't like us, you have to like Rodney Dangerfield.
That's right.
That finishes Samurai Chatter and this episode that will be named by the time you watch it. And we'll see you next week with a new title and a new number. And we are the hardest working podcast, remember, in 4 states and Suriname. And that's why we'll be back next week. We'll see you then.